Okay, we're back. This is the second part of the video. We are now soaking some more stamps. Um, Two of these I've already shown you, and I went ahead and threw in some extras since we messed up that last one that was a self-adhesive stamp. We have 3 more stamps here that are self-adhesive on regular envelopes, so I hope to show you that difference in just a second. This is a self-adhesive stamp that's on the thicker material, and this is the international stamp. Now, these international stamps work just like the American stamps in that they'll lift off very easily. And what I was saying here is that you can see when the adhesive has been released on the back on some of these stamps here. So I'm going to go back in, and I know that, yeah, see, these have already removed themselves. So I'm just going to go in here and put these on the blotter. And I usually put them on the blotter face down so that I don't ruin them. Now, this was the one that's on the thicker material. We'll see if we can get lucky here. First thing I should have done was to remove some of this excess material. Okay, so let me get rid of that. And as you can see, that's going to take some more time. So let's see how these others are going. Okay. Okay, now let's see. There we go. This one's going to come off fairly easy. And this is what I was talking about. This is why I like having some extra margin in terms of around the stamp. You can handle the stamp very easily by the excess paper rather than your fingers on the stamp as well. Now, one of the caveats I want to say about this, the way that I do stamps, is that I use these stamps for decorative purposes, so that these aren't for storage. So I'm not as concerned about the edges. I'm not concerned about, all these perforations. I think that's the word, perforations. Now, what I'm doing here is that using my fingers, wetting the back, I'm getting some of this excess paper off, but that's purely optional. Because what I do is I just glue these back onto whatever it is I'm going to use as for decoration, but just for my own sake, right? And then you can see, maybe you can see here that this is a straight edge, so that and these other 3 sides are perforated, so I don't have to worry about getting all this excess paper off of here. But that is still a nice looking stamp that I can use for decorative purposes. Okay, but you can fiddle with this as much as you want for your own purposes. This would be good enough, the way this particular stamp is presented, to you can put in your stamp collecting book to use for philatelic purposes. But I can fiddle with that as much as I can. Let's get this other one, see how this one is going. Okay. There we go, this is coming off. See, I just find it easier to remove the paper rather than work directly in the stamp. See, now this has already been cut, so I don't know if that's something that I did or if it was the stamp itself. And like I said, these aren't all going to come out perfectly, so you can decide what it is that you want to do. But it can be fiddly. I will probably still use this stamp because I can glue it and still present a nice stamp. And the reason why some people prefer to do these with water is so that you don't damage the watermark. I mean, not the watermark, the cancellation. So this is fairly mindless work. I can do this for hours at a time. I'll put in a nice radio station or play some, music. I don't have TV or video, so I don't have a television set. Or I'm sure you can do this while you're watching, whatever mindless TV is available these days. Once again, I can fiddle with this as much as I want to get the paper on the back off, but see, and that's a nice snow day stamp. And then let's see how we're doing here. And that's such a shame that someone just got lazy and just hand canceled that with the pen. It doesn't look like this is going to come off. Now here's where you could, if you wanted to, use a sharp tool to see if you can lift any of this up. Because if you can, okay, maybe that's one of the problems right there. There's something else under here, okay. Okay, and once you have one of these corners up, you might be able to wet it to get the glue underneath. And see, that's why so many people don't really like these self-adhesive stamps. Now, this is a very thin, this person put the stamp over some kind of decorative sticker or something, so that's what's going on here. But you can see this stamp has lost all of its paper backing, so this is a fairly useless stamp even for decorative purposes. Just these glues that they use, it's going to be hit and miss rather than some of these. And once again, a lot of it's going to be dependent upon the base upon which the stamp is applied. So if you have some of these, easier envelopes, old-fashioned envelopes, it's going to be much better to remove stamps than some of these thicker, craft envelopes. Now, that is very, very thin. I could probably use that if I really, really wanted to, if I was very, very careful. But I probably wouldn't. Because it has no paper backing whatsoever. All the paper backing was stuck to the envelope. But there you go. Okay. Now the last step in the little time that I have left is dealing with Babs. Okay, so let me move this out of the way, and I've got 1.5 minutes to finish this up. And the last step in the process is you're going to take your wax paper, and this is Babs, which simply stands for Big Ass Book. So all you're going to do is you're going to press these in some kind of book or some kind of, so I just take them, right, single layer, just put them in a book to press, close the book, and you're golden. That's it. That's how I do paper-based water stamp removal. And these are all the pages that have stamps that are being pressed. So that's what I do. So if you have any other questions, let me know, and look forward to doing part 3, I guess, since this came in 2 parts, which is solvent-based stamp removal. I'm hoping you're having a great day and a great weekend. I'll talk with you later. Bye-bye.